right, it's 7:30 on this Tuesday night. Ugly Sweater Tuesday. It is Spirit Week here at Fox 5, and we are celebrating, we are setting the mood, and I am bringing the holiday spirit. Spirit in quotes, you get it? Because it's booze. All right, this is Do You Like It or Not? And I am producer Chris, and tonight we are going to talk about ugly sweaters, of course, and I want you to show off yours. We're also talking about parents using your dating apps, not to look for love, but to help you look for love, and whether you like that at all or not. We're also talking about scrolling through reels on your TV and more. But before we talk about any of that, we have to talk about how you can join us live and how you can show off your ugly sweaters. So you see the graphic right there. We're streaming. A lot of different ways that you can do it. If you're watching on YouTube, leave some comments in the chat. We'll check those coming up in just a little bit. If you're watching on the Fox Local app on your connected TV, you can make it a two-screen experience. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code, get your hot takes ready. If you're watching on our website, fox5dc.com, or Fox Local on your phone and you can't scan the QR code, but you want to join the Zoom room, I made it easy on you. We have the link pinned on my Instagram profile. That's Fox 5 producer Chris. It's also in our broadcast channel, which is on Instagram. That's also where we post some topics. Then we read the comments on the air, and we're going to check what we put in that coming up in just a little bit. We'll check in with our virtual co-host coming up in just a bit. First, though, we're standing by for my friend Tony P. He's going to join us in just a bit when he wraps up with the 7 p.m. show. You know how he likes to make an entrance. He's fancy like that. But I will just warn you right now that Tony P, as he makes his way into the set, you may notice something missing, something distinctly Tony P missing. The man always comes correct, and tonight he is not wearing an ugly sweater.
You know what, though? This is beautifully done, I have to say. Okay, This is a nice... This tie is older than me. This is my uncle's tie from 1991. And you have...
Vintage.
You know what? Tomorrow night, I'm going to wear something really special for this... for our 9 o'clock show tomorrow night. Right. But I will wear a very special thing for you.
Well, I eagerly await and look forward to it. In the meantime, how you doing?
Mr. Clydesdale, how you doing today?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Looking
I'll
very good,
take it.
Friend. Looking really
like
good.
A horse, like a stallion. That's what he just called me.
You are a stallion. I'm not the Italian stallion. I think that title is you're from Philly. And again, don't forget the statue of someone who doesn't exist. Just a reminder.
Yeah. Did you see that whole story? Literally right after we did that story. Anyway, we're going off on a tangent here. But right after we did that story, Rocky said he wanted it back. Sylvester Stallone wanted it back because there's two different versions of the same statue. And the one that he had, he wanted the one from Philadelphia. He was going to give his back.
Really?
But they also had to move it to the top of the stairs. It was a whole thing.
Well,
apparently he changed his mind.
He did.
He backed down. So
wow.
It's going to stay. Anyway.
Well, you got the Kennedy Center thing. I think he's feeling good right now.
Yeah, he does have the Kennedy Center. All right, you ready to dive in?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. And we're starting off with the obvious. We're talking about ugly sweaters. Tony P was supposed to be wearing one. It was going to be more obvious, but, you know, he doesn't follow instructions.
Hey, Jim's not wearing one either.
Fox 5 getting in the holiday spirit. Look at all the people who were wearing them today. That is our group representation here at Fox 5 getting in the holiday spirit today with some of our co-workers showing off their favorite holiday fashion. National Ugly Sweater Day is actually celebrated each year on the third Friday in December, which just so happens to be this coming Friday. We want to see your ugly sweaters in the Zoom room, though. I mentioned that in just a bit. We did actually choose a winner. We crowned a winner, and not on screen right now. There's our news director and our general manager. But Tony P, we crowned a winner, and it was producer Emmy because hers was homemade. She actually crocheted it or knitted it or whatever it is.
But I heard the conversation. Like, it took like a year to do it.
Oh yeah, it was not a slow process. All right. Wow. In the meantime, though, Tony P, the ugly sweater Christmas tradition. Do you like it or not?
Love it.
Love it.
I feel so bad that I thought it was tomorrow, so now I have to do it tomorrow. But I just love the concept of it. Either you're making it or you go to TJ Maxx, you find a nice one in the back of the rack. You find a nice, funny sweater. I have one that says, "Kiss me, I'm single, not single anymore," so I can't use that one.
Yeah, that one's dated.
Single and ready to jingle. That's a good one too.
That's another good one.
But I'll tell you this: the Ryan Reynolds one, when he had Hugh Jackman and I forget who else it was.
Oh, okay.
Gyllenhaal, where right next to it was so funny. I love this whole tradition because you know what? It's creative. It's funny. It leads into the humor side of the holiday. Let's keep it going. Let's grow it. There should be like a holiday show on TV or social media.
You know, there's a whole channel called the Hallmark Channel that does do that.
Really? Wow.
Allison is repping her
Morning.
ugly sweater tonight, but that looks beautiful to me.
Very nice.
All right, we've got some tinsel around the neck,
Ooh,
some
the
garland
tinsel.
around the neck. Then we have some jingle bells or Christmas balls going as well. All right, I love it. What's the story behind this one?
So literally, I have never in my life had on an ugly sweater. The word ugly just turns me off. But you know what? I'm very creative and I love to make things and do things and create. So this was like a real quick little thing. And I think I'm going to start doing this. It's actually fun. Like President Tony P said, it is a fun, joyous, festive type of thing. And I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
I'm honored by that. That's the second person today. My God, like, you really want me that bad?
Start with Mayor. We've got a. I'm sure. I think
my
we've got a
policies
mayor's
are
race
not
coming
that
up.
good, believe me.
Yeah, I want to see what he's capable of first. I'm not ready.
Nothing.
I'm not ready to endorse. No.
No,
okay,
you shouldn't.
So here's what I will say about that. And again, this one, I don't even think it counts as an ugly holiday sweater. It's just a. But I mean, it's merchandise. That's really what it is. But I liked when it started, and it was like that throwback to like those '80s and '90s sweaters that like your mom or grandmom actually wore. And our web manager Alyssa actually had on one that was a gift from her grandmother, or was like a hand-me-down from her grandmother. Then when everybody started just making their own that just had random stuff on it, like Budweiser. I didn't love it as much. Freddie's in the Zoom room. Freddie's got his Santa hat on, but Freddie, I don't see an ugly sweater, but that's okay.
It's not bad.
Actually,
Let
yeah,
you go
I
on
don't
that
have
one.
but I do have a Santa hat, though, if that's okay. It's
That
still
counts.
Christmas season.
It's festive.
Tis the season, exactly.
It shows
Are you okay
effort.
with this, Tony P?
I think it shows-
Chris, are you okay with this?
We love it.
I think it shows effort, and you know what? The Santa hat. Again, I think we're all Santa at heart. We all want to give that joy of Christmas. We all live vicariously through Chris
You know
Kringle.
how much I love Christmas
I'm
holidays,
looking more
telling
like
you.
Santa in other areas as well these days, not just in the
come
heart,
on,
if you know what I mean.
listen.
That bowl full of jelly.
I got to put on a little bit, I'll tell you.
All right, let's stick with the holidays and talk about Christmas trees now. Is yours up?
Sure is. Oh, yeah, it's been up for a while.
I don't know if I've seen a picture of it yet, but more and more
It's in the
people
background.
are apparently getting naked when we're talking about our Christmas trees. We're talking about the naked tree trend, these minimalist trees popping up all over social media. They're adorned in only soft light, or in some cases, nothing at all. Celebrities including Julianne Moore, Michelle Pfeiffer, Victoria Beckham, Khloe Kardashian have all embraced this look. Not everyone's a fan, though. One critic quipped that ornaments are a must and says bare trees are a sign that you have no taste. So Tony P, what is a Tony P Christmas tree adorned with?
I layer it all on. I have so many ornaments that are on top of each other. It's not equally distributed. I kind of like to make sure all the best ornaments are on the front. I just got a new Mr. Rogers one, Bob Ross.
Is
this
there like
year.
a theme, or are you just anything you like?
Anything I like from years past to now. I'll tell you, I had the old macaroni ones when I was in third and second grade. Okay, so
the homemade.
It's about the tree can be a time capsule to many other holidays before, right? Whether it be from grade school or maybe it's a family ornament that's been passed down. I think it's meant to make the holiday more relatable. It's more warm. It's more about your family and your upbringing. It's kind of like when you bedazzle something or things or you decorate the house. It kind of gives you that's your personality, right?
Yeah.
And a tree by itself, the only exception, I mentioned this on air at 7 o'clock. If you have a frosted tree, with a little frosted fake, like the fake snow tips, or something like that, or there's the pine cones attached to it, or the lights are big enough, then I say, okay, you get away with it. But if that's not the case, you might be tasteless.
All right, there's Tony P calling it tasteless.
Long
Maria
take.
is in the Lion Zoom room. Maria, do you have a tree?
I haven't for over a decade.
Okay.
But if I did have a tree, a naked Christmas tree is like a kitchen with no utensils. Yeah, you walk in the kitchen, you open the cabinets, no pots, no pans, no Tupperware, no Ziploc bags. And a naked Christmas tree. If you don't have Tupperware or Ziploc or what's that thing called? Aluminum foil. That's not a kitchen.
Yeah.
That's the space. So a Christmas tree is like a tree we just see lining the streets. It's not a Christmas tree.
Yeah, I'm shocked
the
that
Christmas
people.
spirit isn't on it. So I don't.
Oh, I like
naked
that
Christmas
distinction.
Tree, I don't like it.
Yeah,
The
I'm shocked that
spirit.
people would spend money on a tree to bring it in their house to then not decorate it.
Right.
Allison, how about you?
I'm extra, so I love my decorations and I love trees and everything on it. However, I would be interested to see how it's set up, because sometimes being a minimalist can be actually very nice and very architectural. So maybe if there was a tree and there were poinsettias all around the tree, or if there was something else around to make it look pretty. But if it's just looking lost, like I threw you here, then no. But it just depends on how it's in. I just want to see it, like. Yeah. Okay.
I can get on board with that. I think Freddie's showing off his tree. It doesn't look like
no
it has
ornaments on it.
any ornaments
it
whatsoever.
is
Truly naked tree.
Chris and Tony P, it's a naked Christmas tree. Just so you know, I see
Freddie.
some ornaments, but I never had a lights on. I don't
No
have lights on it
lights?
yet.
No lights.
That's like worse than naked.
See,
What?
people.
I don't know what's lower than that?
People do these very aesthetic ones, and what I like about it, like what you said, is when you unwrap that ornament and you're like, oh yeah, I remember when I got this one, or when I made this one, or who gave me that one, type of a thing. So I like the real kitschy. I like the real throwback. I like the '70s gigantic light bulbs, bright colors. None
that
of
could
white,
work in that case.
But that's just me. Let us know what you think. I have two trees, like I said. I have the live tree, the real tree in the living room. That one's got all the ornaments and the lights on it. The one in the basement, that's artificial.
Okay.
No decorations on it. They're all on the real tree, because that one just stays up all year in the basement. And it's just lights. The lights are built in, and it's just for fun.
No double trouble with the trees? See,
no double trouble. We don't have enough ornaments yet.
You almost convinced me to get a second tree so that a week ago we were sitting in the office here. You convinced me. With 9 days left, what am I going to do? Have a second tree there?
I leave mine up until January 6th. That's a debate for a later show.
Yes, we should.
Next up, a grandmother going viral for saying her grandkids are not getting presents for Christmas. What are they getting instead, Tony P? Instead, she decided to invest money on their behalf in the hopes that she'd be giving them a greater gift in the future. She says every month she invests a flat amount, and then every birthday and every Christmas they get a bonus. She says she wants them to have a better start at adulthood than she did. So Tony P, replacing gifts with an investment. Do you like this or not?
Man, I love this, because this grandmother understands the Gen Z struggle that we can't afford anything. We have no investment.
Not just Gen Z, my
I know,
friends.
it's a lot of us. But I think this grandmother gets it. She's giving it back. She's paying it forward. The bonus is a great idea. Again, she's giving it consistently throughout the year. Adding the bonus on there, grandma, the gift that keeps on giving, great job. My grandmother, she used to have my father and I get her gifts for Christmas, just like from her own grandson or his son, would make her son give her money for scratch tickets.
Oh, well, yeah, that
was my grandmother for you.
That
was my Irish grandmother. May she rest in peace.
Highly recommend.
It was the worst. My father used to get so angry and go, I have to give my mother cash.
So funny.
Like she didn't want a sentimental gift.
I will just say that this is not a new thing, because my grandparents had been giving me savings bonds from the time I was like 5 years old. And in the year 2050, I'm going to have $25. So, look out. Allison, do you like this idea?
It depends on the age of the child. So I would say if it's like under teen, you want to at least get them, like maybe put a couple dollars in their bank account, but get them like a small gift from the dollar store or something so they can have something tangible. But if it's an older kid, teenager to adult, definitely just finance would be great, and definitely teach them about investing. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think that goes a long, long way. Oh, Maria, do you agree with Allison?
When I think of grandma, I think of someone that passes down wisdom. And so wisdom meaning, rather than getting toys or anything material, like give me some learnings, give me an experience, give me a class to develop my gifts. So no gifts from grandma. I like it, because she's thinking of something that will last me, that will outlive the existence of a gift.
Yeah, that's a great
gift to
great
develop your
take.
gifts. I like that.
Absolutely.
Develop your gifts.
All right. I actually really appreciate that. And I especially love the idea of like an experience, because those memories really are,
of course,
last a lifetime. All right, we're going to wrap up our Christmas speed round talking about Christmas music, a topic Tony and I talk about on our 9 o'clock show pretty frequently, because apparently it's more popular than ever and people are listening earlier than ever. The amount of songs on the Spotify Top 50 is nearly double the amount of Christmas songs on the Spotify Top 50, nearly double the amount at the same time back in 2019. So Tony P, have you made a switch to Christmas music 24/7, or are you just like sprinkling it in here and there?
So I start November 1 now, because I have now made a pact with myself
earlier than ever.
that I think that you have to celebrate the holidays a little sooner, because what happens is we get to December 1, Thanksgiving's over, you have basically 3.5 weeks, right? And then you wake up December 26th, the worst day on the calendar. Just the hangover emotionally is the worst. And you always say to yourself, I wish that I just celebrated a couple more weeks. I would have felt like a full Christmas. This year, I have no regrets starting November 1st.
Okay.
And look, I mean, you know, the world's a tough place. Again, we were covering this the last couple of days. The world is a very, very brutal place right now. And I think anything to give people some hope and to give them some light, I think it's fine to start celebrating earlier.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Hallmark Channel has gotten that message. Allison, do you agree?
You know what? I've never listened to a lot of Christmas music. I only listen to it like when we're putting the tree up, or if I'm driving in the dark around Christmas time. I don't know why, but that's when I listen to it. But it is a beautiful thing, and it is a happy thing. Like, I listen to music every day nonstop because music is my happy place, but I don't listen to it all the time.
Okay, that's fair. Oh, Marie is in her car right now, and I'm curious what radio station would be on if she turned up the volume.
As the former nun, I got no music.
No music.
Silence.
All right, so
lived
you're
in 23 hours of silence.
Wow.
Okay, so you're like Oprah. We did the story about Oprah and Gail when they would be in a car together. Oprah goes silent.
Yes, I can drive 50 hours, which I have a cross-country road trip 50 hours.
What?
No, for what? I got my own thoughts. I got phone calls with loved ones. But nonstop Christmas music. I'm the kind of person that sees music as when the song comes out, it's like raining and it's popular. When the song stops, my brain is like, oh, it's no longer relevant. That's an old song. So when I hear Christmas music, I'm like, but I listened to it 10 years ago. It was popular then. Why are we listening again? So I don't really listen to, I can hear it at department stores and friends' houses, but I don't play Christmas music.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
No, that's okay.
No, it's understandable.
So I used to, when I was a kid, my dad worked in a supermarket, and the store would switch over to nonstop Christmas music. Again, it was probably like, sometime around Thanksgiving or a little earlier. And so he would just get inundated with all of the, things on like a 4-hour repeat, and then he would start over again.
Oh, yeah.
And so if he came home and I was listening to the same crap that he had to listen to in the store, he would lose his mind. So like, it was always like kind of in secret type of
Help
thing.
me.
So I get it. I get how, but on the same front, I take comfort in the familiar. So there are things that I look forward to every year, and like sometimes it's playing those old ditties that I loved so much. All right, next up, we've got a break from the bitter cold coming up. That's a relief to a lot of people who hate this winter weather. And that may be the perfect opportunity to double check if you are wearing your coat correctly, because apparently some of us have not been. And one woman recently left social media speechless with this video. Take a look.
Guys, you're wearing your coats wrong. Please stop wearing it like this. This is not meant to be stylish. It's to be functional. You're supposed to fold it in like this, and it covers your ears and it blocks air. You zip your coat all the way to the top, and it blocks air from coming in, and you stay so much warmer. If you leave it like this, all that air is still hitting you and you're not warm.
All right, so apparently we've been wearing our coats wrong. I know Tony P and I do not have fur-lined hoods on either of our coats, but do you like this, the idea of tucking it in like that? Function over fashion?
This might be the greatest thing social media ever produced for knowledge, because this is so important, number one, especially with the weather that's been so bad right now, where all the heat comes out is your ears and your head.
Yeah.
So you're going to feel it the most there. So this saves a lot of people automatically without even having to get new gloves or a new hat. The hat industry is going to be very upset about this one.
Well.
Number one. Number two, I just think this is a great way to use social media, where it's like, you can give people some tips and tricks, not, hacks you find online, okay?
Right.
Actual things that are usable for your daily life in that moment that can change things. Yes, I'm the biggest fan of this.
Okay, all right. Allison, do you agree? Do you have one of those said coats, and did you ever wear it like that?
I have one. I've never worn it like that, but I'm going to try it because it looks it looks like a New York thing to do, because those New Yorkers, it's cold up there.
Oh yeah.
So maybe that's where she's from. I don't know. But just one thing, I wish they would rephrase things instead of saying you wore your coat wrong or you peeled your banana wrong. I wish they would say, well, here's a new way to try it, or here's a different way.
Good point.
Because The youngins, they think they discover everything, but again, that is
Yes.
a good idea.
It is.
It's a good idea.
And it again, like, this is the sort of thing where it's like, okay, if this is the way that it's actually meant to be worn, like, why haven't one of these companies of these super expensive coats, these coats are not cheap, come out before and been like, oh yeah, this is how you're supposed to be doing it.
They got to
So,
sell
like,
the hats. That's why.
Well, they got to sell the hats. I guess that's
this-
Tony P.
this is a
Always
marketing.
looking for a way to make a buck.
Listen, hey, my favorite color is green. But I'll tell you this, okay? Overall, okay? I think this is a great marketing campaign. If you can get more money, this would be a
Well,
whole
I hope
marketing
one of
campaign
these.
for the coat companies.
I hope one of these coat companies actually picks up on this and
Right, they
actually
should.
hires her to
Yeah,
like,
a little brand partnership.
little brand
action.
partnership.
Yeah,
All right, we have talked before about dating app burnout. So now some young people are bringing in a little extra help. They're asking their parents to take over their online love life. The Wall Street Journal wrote about this trend recently. One woman told the outlet that her dating apps are a family affair. The family gathers in front of the TV, swipes on the group of guys also looking for love. She gave her family some parameters they have to follow, like that she prefers career-driven men who don't make spelling or grammar mistakes. We put this one out on our broadcast channel. We did get a couple responses. Tanaya says no way, doesn't like it. Jay Nix doesn't like it either. Shayla says no thank you. Think my parents would have married me off years ago. Next up, Love More says she likes it. All right, so a rare change of pace. Christina Sledge says, not a good idea. It's important for you to control your own dating preferences and choices. And Freddie says, I don't have any dating apps, and that is nothing to me because I don't do that stuff. I just find the right girl, not through dating apps. Tony P, letting your family control your online love life. Do you like that idea or not?
Absolutely not. Okay, I love my family. My parents are wonderful. But I don't want them anywhere near my love life, okay? Because when you think about it, all right, if someone's tied to your mother or your father, they know you, or they helped make that connection happen, you feel like there's a little bit kind of a dual loyalty thing going between you and your parents. And I don't want anybody in my parents' corner, all right? It's all about us as a relationship. So you know what, my parents, no, I don't want you in it because I could never really date someone that my mother or father introduced me to because then like we're all tied together for life. No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, Maria, do you agree with Tony?
I completely agree. I do not want any relatives, even friends,
Right, yeah.
taking over my online love life.
Right.
The way I see it is, it's such a personal thing. And me from a Nigerian heritage, the way that we see, the way that people are encouraged to seek out a partner is, oh, the person's career should be a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer. And so I see that the filters my loved ones would put, if it's possible to select one by career or by income, that's not the number one thing that I value. And so I see that it would be I hope no relatives of mine are watching this, but I see that it would be quite shallow with all love or loved ones. And if you give somebody an inch, they want to be a ruler. So you manage my online love life. What happens next? I want to text back my boyfriend. You'll say, let me proofread it. Let's pass it through AI.
Yes.
No. You're
It's
not
a
gonna
slippery
become ruler.
slope.
No,
It is a
leave my love
very-
life alone.
Very
Let my husband find me.
We
That's
are
where I am.
simpatico, you and me. We are simpatico. Okay, this is
Okay.
fantastic. All right.
All right,
love
Allison.
it.
Allison, would you want to control any of your children's online dating profiles and help them find a match?
Yes. Of course I would. Yes, I would, because you know what? I am so specific in how my kids are treated. Like I said, one of them is in a great relationship. The other ones, so yeah, and the same with me. Like if I were to ever start dating again, which I hope I don't, I pray I'm done. But if I do, I would also have my 4 sons take them through an interview process, because my sons have treated me better than any man has ever treated me. So getting the family involved a little bit, not too deep, but a little bit, there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, that makes sense to me as well. I get it. I would struggle with this because now I know that it works. Let me just put it that way. My grandmother worked with my dad and introduced him to her daughter, which is my mom. They got married, obviously, and it worked out for them, and it worked out for me because now I'm here.
Yes.
Would I trust them to? But on the other hand, I will also say I have been in relationships before in the past, and when they ran their natural course and came to an end. I would find out later that maybe my parents didn't necessarily see us lasting forever. And
Was it a setup?
no, it wasn't. But like, they met my parents. We were together for a long time and it didn't work out. And my parents were like, yeah, no, I didn't necessarily see you marrying that person, for example. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. You could have told me that.
Right.
And I respect that they chose not to. They
waited till the
stayed out
end.
of it,
Right.
type of a thing. But it was one of those interesting things where it was like, oh, I didn't even know that they necessarily had a strong opinion about it. And then it was funny to find out after the fact that they did. I don't know.
No.
I don't know who they would have picked for me if they had
Yeah.
the power to.
Here's the thing about my parents. Like in my situation, I've had multiple divorces in my life, so my parents, I'm not going to them for 100% for
Okay,
love
yeah,
advice.
that makes sense, too.
Nothing against them, but you know what? I think I'll take your advice with a grain of salt because you know what? I'm learning the opposite from that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom and Dad.
Likewise,
they're great
I wouldn't
parents,
necessarily be able to,
Can't do it.
Anyway, next up, if you have ever scrolled through Instagram and thought, man, I really wish I could watch these cat videos on my TV, I have some good news for you. That's on its way.
Yes.
Instagram announced today it will begin testing its TV app on Amazon Fire TV streaming devices. This highlights the app's effort to become a major video platform, taking on TikTok and YouTube. The Instagram for TV app will feature the same short-form videos featured on the smartphone version. Instagram experimented with long-form videos back in 2018 with IGTV. That shut down in 2022 when it started pushing Reels instead. So Tony P, watching Reels on your TV instead of your phone, do you like this idea or not?
This is going to open up, and I'll probably cover this tonight in the 9 o'clock show for our entertainment section, because this is about the changing environment in TV and media. When you look at Reels, they're about a minute and a half, if not less.
Less than 3 minutes.
Less than three.
That's the
number.
goal.
I think this could open up a lot more opportunities to do episodic content, different like short form series, maybe 2 to 3 minutes long. That could open this up and really get that retention up for people beyond 3 seconds. Because again, you're watching it like TV, and a lot of creators will now be able to make interview shows, be able to do talk shows, or do sports, or there's so many creative avenues for creators and potential new creators to do with this, and I think this is going to be a big part of changing our attention span issue.
Well, yeah, see, that I'm going to argue against that, because
Really?
if that's then on my TV, Allison, what the hell am I looking at on my phone at the same time?
That's what I was going to say, Chris. I was going to say, if I wanted to watch it on my TV, I would just cast my phone to my TV like I do all the time. But then again, President Tony P always gives me something that makes me think, that might be an all right idea. So I would have to see how it goes to get a feel. I don't even understand why this is a thing, but I'm interested.
I get that all of these apps are trying to dominate our time and they want us to spend more time on them and they want to be the new thing. But at the same time, if I'm doing that there, I'm still going to have this in my hand. This isn't going away.
Right.
So we got to wrap up. We're down to our final 10 seconds. Thank you to everyone who joined us in the Zoom room tonight, watching online, watching on Fox Local. That's producer Jim. That's Tony P. I'm Chris. Have a great night.